I have been a video game addict since I started walking and developed my brain enough to push buttons. I guess around 5. It all started with Mario and Contra, but it was nothing compared to when I got older and got my hands on Lineage 2. Man, that game was addicting. This is when I realized that I think I have a problem. I remember long nights of grinding, killing monsters, leveling up, and I just could not get enough of it. Now looking back, I definitely had a problem, but I didn't take action to try and solve it. These days, when I'm playing League of Legends till 5 in the morning, I immediately realize this isn't healthy and I need to do something about it. I tried to combat my addiction in many different ways. The main one is by deleting all the games, which leads me to then spend all that free time on YouTube, good old Pornhub, Facebook, etc. It works for a week or two, and then in my weakest of moments, I download the games once again. And the cycle continues. With time, my gaming shifted from PC to mobile. Usually, mobile games are pretty crappy and you don't get hooked on them as much. But they usually are a gateway drug into downloading something better on the PC. To fight my mobile game addiction, I tried adding an insanely hard password on my phone, which led to a fight with my now ex-girlfriend as she thought that I was hiding something from her. Woman. Also, I have tried making my phone grayscale, which makes the game super ugly and hard to enjoy, but you are quick to turn it off as your smartphone becomes barely usable. Now, as of this day of recording, I'm 4 months free of addiction to video games. I don't play them and I don't feel the itch to download something. So what happened? Well, I started using Duolingo. It's a mobile app where you learn languages. In a sense, this app for me is like a nicotine patch for smokers. It's very well built and it has a shit ton of gamification that gets you hooked. It feels like a game. Sometimes it can be challenging, but mostly it feels like you're playing. Here are some of the ways it hooks you in. Firstly, there are leagues and leaderboards. Every single week you gather experience from dungeons, aka lessons, and you get a rank in the league. Top 10 advance to the next league and then worst performers demote. This gets me motivated towards the end of the week to push my score to at least not demote. Next, there's a streak. If you log in and finish a lesson every day, you extend your streak. This means you are active daily. Now, honestly, the streak isn't much motivation from itself, but once you have a decent number going, you just don't want it to stop. I even managed to not lose it during my vacation. And when you get a very long streak, you can even start to brag about it. My current streak is 140 days. Achievements, another gamification ingredient, but it's pretty poor on Duolingo. There are only a few of them. Some of them are very easy and you get them done in like the first weeks, and others are extremely long and you are not even sure when you will finish them, and there is nothing in between. Bummer. Friends, if you have a few fellows that are on Duolingo, make sure to add them to see how they are doing. You can compete with them by the amount of experience you have accumulated, and you can also check in on how they are doing. Quite nice. Notifications and emails. They are pulling some nasty psychological tricks in their messaging to kick in your competitiveness and to make sure you don't lose your streak and finish that next lesson. Simplicity. Not sure how to put this, but the lessons are really easy. It doesn't feel like you're struggling in class. You just spend a few minutes and get it over with. Though to me they are pretty fun. But do you learn anything? Well, after 4 months of learning Chinese, I couldn't say I have learned a lot. For sure, I learned more than if I haven't done anything, but it isn't that I have spent much time on it as well. Still, daily practice can go a long way. After 4 months, I have finished the first 2 levels and started the third level. There are 6 levels in Chinese, so I guess I will have stuff to do for at least a year. After that, I fancy learning Japanese as well. Arabic sounds interesting too. Now, was Duolingo the main reason I managed to get rid of video game addiction? Well, I guess not. I also got a job which only left me weekends to play games, and I also filled up my free time with other interesting activities such as improv, playing the guitar, singing. Still, I feel that Duolingo was of great assistance as now when I'm bored and tired and I pull out my phone, I have something productive to turn my mind to, instead of downloading some game that sucks me into my previous patterns. Will I relapse one day? Who knows? I hope not, or at least I will have full control over my brain to not lead me back into the same cycle. Do you have video game addiction? What have you tried to get rid of it? Let me know in the comments below.